Daniel Davis. He's a senior fellow at Defense Priorities. All right, Davis, your take on what we're going to see very shortly in Gaza.
It's going to be a lot harder than what people are thinking. You may remember in 2009, Obama sent the U.S. Army into Afghanistan and said they were going to destroy the Taliban. And you see how that worked out. And the reason why is similar, because once the Israeli forces go in, how do they know who's a Hamas fighter as opposed to just some man that happens to be standing there? Almost everybody's armed with an AK-47. And unless Israel is going to literally kill everyone, they're going to have to find some effective way to be discriminating in who they shoot. Otherwise, they're going to gain more enemies than they'll ever get rid of the Hamas. And that's one of the biggest difficulties I see Israel have. But then I'll also add one other thing. Look, the Israeli army has not been trained for this kind of sophisticated urban warfare. They've been trained in other things over time. And it's going to be a lot harder for them to operate in a pretty high learning curve than many people may think.
Why hasn't the IDF trained in urban combat?
Because that's not what they ever have expected, and they haven't done it other than a handful of incursions here and there, and those were targeted. But in terms of like waging siege warfare in a city, I mean, they haven't ever done it. And it's a very different skill set because you're eradicating or trying to eradicate an enemy force that's hard to identify. But that's just something that Israel hasn't done. Almost nobody's done that other than like Bakhmut in the Russia-Ukraine war.